Hey guys, welcome back to Ken Cinema Sofa. If it's your first time here, I'm your brother Ken, a missionary of 15 years in Asia. 15 years in Japan, 1 year in South Korea. Sorry. But this channel is all about exploring my other passion, awesome cinema. Welcome back to Shogun. We're going to continue this amazing series. The last episode where we left off, I believe it was called Tomorrow is Tomorrow. Lord Toranaga was able to escape from Osaka, and he's going back to Edo, I assume. And Edo is the old name for Tokyo. And we saw some really amazing intrigue, like really like high level chess, right? And I love the series that it's showing so much of that seamless interplay between, you know, straightforward action. The story was moving very fast, and at the same time, that Japanese classic discreet, indirect aggression, right? Honen tatemae. We saw that, you know, as Toranaga was kind of, you know, like shipping himself out secretly to get out of Osaka. But it's funny because in Japan, and especially in this ancient time, if you were someone like Blackthorn entering this world, you would never know that Toranaga was an enemy to the others on the council. Like the way they all speak to each other with such respect and bowing. And, you know, the country still today has those elements. It would take some years for you to be here to realize, if you're in a business meeting or in a meeting of two different companies, and I've been there because I've taught business English, not really get that this company is not happy with the other company's production of whatever microchips they might be tasked to make. So long story short, get back to the original point. I'm rambling a bit, I'm sorry. You can skip ahead of this if you want, but for those of you who enjoy the culture aspects of my videos, feel free to stick with me. So Blackthorn, I think, you know, it's interesting. He's in an interesting position because I've heard that in British culture, there's some similarities with Japan, but at the same time, just not as dialed up to 100 as it would have been here, especially in the Edo period, like 200-300 years ago. But regardless, Blackthorn is still from the Western world. And so for him to come and be dropped into this, it's dangerous, man. Like, I mean, not only is he fighting for his life, he has no idea who he could be peeving off, you know, and he doesn't know that the guy that is less peeved at him could be offed at any moment by these other guys on the council. It's crazy, it's wild, and man, does it make for good storytelling. I'm sorry, Blackthorn. Shogun Episode 4, Eightfold Fence. Let's get it. I'm thankful for these last week on Shogun moments, you know, because this series is dense like a novel.
I wouldn't dare.
Hey, when they jumped in the water, thanks, Chris. Thanks for bringing that little extra info out. Like, that was his smart way of getting this British guy to finally bathe. Lord Omi. Oh, this guy. Okay. It's good to see he's still around. He escaped getting beheaded for being a Christian. This is the guy that peed on Blackthorn. I hope he does something else later so I won't have to keep referencing that when talking about him. Oh, is he finding out he's alive?
The
other guy looked happy that he was alive. I'm glad to see that. I am glad to see that because there's too much subterfuge and deception going on, man. Oh, it's winter time, huh? I cannot imagine walking around like that with those thin clothes on like that, those thin kimono and... Ugh. But I was reading about hawking. Actually, there's a Buddhist monk in this neighborhood. I think I talked about him before. He taught me swordsmanship, iaido, the art of sword pulling from the scabbard. Yeah, he has a hawk. And I was a little worried about the hawk. And he was like, oh, Ken, don't worry. You know, they have strong bones, strong muscles. They're built for this. And that reminds me about how Toranaga, I believe, said that about how that builds you as well as a person, learning how to just survive the extreme weather outside. You could say in life, Chapter 4, The Eightfold Fence. Did he win? I'm just, that's the question that's on my mind. Did he win the swim?
安神様にも奥方がいりまする。
Oh, man.
どうか出家して尼になるお許しをくださりませ。なりませぬ。さようなこと。一体私が何をいたしたと申されますか。過去の後を追わせてもらえぬばかりか。こたびは万人に嫁げなどと。
That's terrible.
私は何ともごい人間なのでございましょう。マリコ様とて死別されたばかりでござります。
There's moments where the whole the truth comes out, right?
でも止められました。私はその志を人に。
Once again, this goes back to the core of Japanese culture, even today. I saw an Instagram post where a young Japanese girl was talking about this, how people don't understand how we Japanese have to maintain an image. So it's not something that I'm just perceiving. This is something that other people know. They just don't talk about it so much to foreigners.
サイロ州が父上の後釜にキャツラの操り人形を任命してしまう前に我が隊を仕上げておかねば。
後釜株重殿には言わなんだがのなんと大老職辞されたとやむを得なかったのでな。しかしいやいや出雲滅亡じゃ。ことここに至っては直ちに切腹されるがしかるべき策にございまする。ありがたい申し出じゃ。
そっと義先を買えばよかった。
今旗本になり上がりよってな。
旗本now.
屋敷を与えられたゆえ手配を頼みたい。
Yeah, this guy just peed on him. How the tables have turned. I'm really curious to how this is gonna go.
This is Omi-san, the lord of this village.
Actually,
Yeah.
Go shall
Yeah.
and fuck yourself. You sniveling little shit.
Well, what? Yeah, what do you expect? Okay. Oh, I'm doing that now because I don't feel he's gonna last much longer.
我が法友にして一連卓上の同志貸木藪重殿の軍勢に目通りが叶い喜ばしく思うぞ。太閤殿下のご意志を汚す者どもに天誅が下されんことを。この義虎がそなたらの志に頭を下げます。
That is a really smart and honorable way to gain the respect of these soldiers. Right?
父上が急ぎのようで出立される。父上が戻るまでに大砲隊を鍛え上げておかねばならない。
Yeah, I look, I would keep you out of the loop, dude. I'm sorry. You should not be surprised. Should have bought the cheap stuff. And that ship is jacked up.
The men from the house. You seen them?
I hope they're still alive, man.
I'm sorry, I don't. Look, maybe you can help me. Here. What now? Let go.
Afraid you are forbidden from boarding without permission.
My own ship.
She disappears out of nowhere.
There is something you need.
Thankfully.
Your men were brought to Toranaga-sama's city of Edo for their safety.
Now look here, Mariko. Your lord and I had an arrangement.
You're quite mistaken. Your ship and crew now belong to Toranaga-sama.
Well, thank you for the clarification.
Perhaps you should seek an audience with Toranaga-sama.
Anjin-sama, this is Uejiro, the gardener.
I'm wary of gardeners, man. After the stories I've read of shinobi and ninja,
This is Uejiro, the gardener.
this is Uejiro the gardener.
Konnichiwa, Uejiro-sama.
Sorry,
Oh.
we do not use sama for Uejiro.
Yeah, sama is used for lords or people of high respect, or if you're a business owner and you're speaking to a customer. Okyak-sama. Okyak is like customer, and sama is, someone. You're that's a shrewd way, just like Toranaga did when he spoke to the soldiers, right? That's a shrewd, clever way of gaining support by lifting up people that, you want to give you something.
And
Ooh,
the
it's
guest
a
room
nice
where I will
house.
be staying.
Why have I been given all this?
It is only fitting for a Hatamoto.
No, wait a minute. How long am I expected to be here?
Nagakato-sama says drilling will take at least 6 months.
Oh.
You agreed to train these men, you remember?
I do, yes. For the return of my men and my ship.
As Hatamoto, you have been given a home, a generous salary of 240 koku a year.
I don't want any generous cuckoos.
Koku. I believe that's bags of rice. So ancient samurai were paid in bags of rice. That might sound weird, but you know, rice is the staple of this country. Even today, you know, it's everywhere with every meal. Right now, even I have some rice in the rice cooker going.
And Fuji-sama is a consort.
Consort. Oh.
She will look after your house and your servants, handle your financial matters. To refuse would be a terrible insult to our lord.
That's tough. But considering with what you've seen, you could do a whole lot worse, man. Go with it.
Now
he spits in your face.
してよみよ。南蛮船の件を虎中に密告しよった不届き者は見つかったか。
まだ見つかっておりません。
What have you been doing all this time?
この時にこうでも抱きしめたとか。
殿はまだお若い。
わしはかつてがない。今頃石はわしのことを裏切り者だと扱っとるじゃん。
大砲隊とは申しても、叔父上の家来であることに変わりはござりませんね。虎中様が戻るまでは、すべてが叔父上の手の内でございます。虎中様断罪の目がのうなったわけでもございません。
Okay, now I see. Okay.
あれば、叔父上には鉄砲と大砲が残りまする。それを。
Which could still be offered as a gift to Lord Ishido. Are you sure you want to do this, man? Don't. What are you doing? This guy is really playing with his life. He's taking his life in his own hands.
Go away.
Go away. Yeah, so now I'm confused because I've seen stills from the old Shogun series with Richard Chamberlain and him with a Japanese woman, and I just assumed there was some growing love story. But now, like, I don't know which woman it's going to develop with. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to think too much, but I can't help it, okay? It's a reaction video.
It's not customary for one's consort to sleep while he is awake.
It's a foolish custom.
You should not walk on moss. It is very disrespectful.
Shinto. Shinto beliefs, worship, and respect and reverence for the natural world, rocks, plants. Animism would be the branch of religion.
Is my late husband's niece, accomplished and highborn.
Well, that's absolutely wonderful for her.
And recently, her husband and infant son were put to death.
Wake up, man. This is where you are. You can die like that.
Shouldn't she be grieving then?
We grieve those we have lost by continuing their fight.
Rubbish. Al has no fight.
Yeah. Clash of cultures, man.
Well, you'd never know it to look at her. Bereaved mother.
Do you know of the Eightfold Fence? From the time we are small, it is something we are taught to build within ourselves. An impenetrable wall, behind which we can retreat whenever we need. You must train yourself to listen without hearing the rocks growing. If you really listen, your present circumstance vanishes. Do not be fooled by our politeness, our bows, our maze of rituals. You could be a great distance away.
That's definitely true. That was beautiful. Not only was it beautiful in poetry, the way, I mean, you can tell that this sprang from a novel. Once again, I keep saying that so much, but I love that. I love that you can sense the consistent character of writing from one author. That's not so easy to do when you have a movie or TV screenplay or teleplay that's being written and rewritten by like 8 different guys, you know. Also, it's poetic because I know that in Buddhism, the Eightfold Path is the way of escaping the cycle of destruction, which leads to nirvana. If you have achieved that through meditation, through, you know, Gautama Buddha did it by meditating. It is said that Gautama Buddha did this by meditating under the Bodhi tree. What he achieved was enlightenment, nirvana, which is escape from this cycle. Okay, and that method of escaping is called the Eightfold Path. There is definitely a connection. Perhaps they have not escaped into nirvana, but they have escaped the effects of the cycle of this world while living in it. This is what she's talking about, or seems to be talking about. Oh, and she brought the guns. Okay. I have to say, that's displaying an unbelievable amount of trust by bringing the guns to this man.
Nonsense. Your people bring swords wherever they go.
He says guns are different.
Iie. Wakarimasu ka? Iie. Not his prisoner anymore. Where I come from, you ask.
Oh, no!
What the
Yeah, this dude did pee on me, so...
She's your consort. She will give her life to defend them.
I could damn well defend myself.
Do it, man. I mean, I understand you, I really do, but do it. And is there any ammunition in those guns?
Dribbling fucks me. I'm ready to go.
I'm not... Okay, I need to study my old English. Oh. That's her, this is his consort. Like, what y'all want to do? That's the look he gave, like, what are you gonna do? That was embarrassing, but...
Very good. Very good.
Okay. Don't talk too much, she'll shoot you. She already doesn't want to do this, but, you know, he might be growing on her. Wow, look at this. What a production.
He
asks about any tactics our enemies might not yet know.
That's funny. Wait, let me pause this. You notice that she's sitting Seizan style, right? That means like with the feet tucked neatly under the butt, right? And he's not doing that at all. And I understand what that's like because I tried that and I got like some like blood clots in my legs from trying that. We Westerners, we're just not used to that. But the Japanese, ever since they're babies, children, they sit like that and they can easily do it. It's a little tidbit, but I just found that amusing because that's a very, such a little throwaway scene, seemingly shows the cultural difference, right? They put that in there for a reason. They didn't have to show that. And when you get here to Japan and you live here, and then you realize how big of an issue it is, because it's such a part of the country as a symbol of relaxation amongst friends or submission and respect in front of elders or, you know, people of importance, what they call eraisto, great people. So the fact that he can't do it, and yet he's trying, but he can't do it. It's just a nice cultural touch there. Let's see him live up to it.
60,000 Islamic Turks, the cream of the Ottoman Empire, had come against 600 Christian knights, supported by a few thousand Maltese auxiliaries of their vast castle complex.
When did this battle occur?
35, 40 years ago.
So you yourself did not fight in this battle? You were not even born when this battle was fought.
Well, I may have mentioned to your lord on multiple occasions I may see pilot.
Yeah, exactly.
But in my opinion, gun tactics are useless compared to the fine art of English naval warfare. To lay siege would take months. Anchor my ship and cannon within a few thousand yards. And your army could breach the castle walls without so much as an arrow's fletchings graze their cheeks.
This is foolish. Cannon are never accurate.
Clear arms and fire!
Ooh. You were wrong. Shuji, calligraphy. Are they that close? Wow. The interplay, once again, between the Buddhist ideas of peace and escape from this world of warfare, with her trying to write and concentrate on calligraphy in the house, and then hearing those explosions from the cannon, right? It's like everything that's reflected in the Buddhist teachings and in the intro of this show. In Christianity as well, but there's a totally different answer in Christianity, which we just celebrated with Christmas. Oh, she's translating the journal, right?
It will be useful for you to know our Lord will never be turned against your enemies.
We are at war, both your lord and my queen, and it happens that we have enemies in common. Catholics trying to kill him in Osaka.
Yes, trying to kill you.
Because they fear what I can offer him.
You have no idea what is or is not to my Lord's benefit.
This is more complex than the simple white savior trope. Oh.
Dick. What was that?
Just a baby earthquake.
A baby what?
Yeah. He's probably
You most certainly experienced more while you were here.
He's probably never experienced that. Wow. I wonder if this is in the novel. Yeah.
And sea and earth.
Death is in our air, sea and earth.
It
Wow.
can come for us at any moment.
You know what? That was cryptic, but that was the most hone directness with her as I've seen so far. You live in this country and in this culture, if somebody is clear and direct with you like that, that means that they really love you or they like you. Oh. His response at that earthquake is it's like what I experienced when I first got here. I'm from Chicago. I had never experienced an earthquake before. Since that barbarian arrived, these bad tidings.
叔父上は我らが主君。難しいお方じゃが、この村が栄えるかどうかは、叔父上のご一存次第じゃ。
王子様が私どものお殿様である。
Here we go. And the men, especially really young ones like him. I like this realistic depiction of him learning Japanese. Because usually this kind of story we see in a movie, 2 hours. We don't know how much time has passed. Ooh, Lord Ishido's men. They breached the checkpoint.
戦支度をしておるようじゃの。あの夜虎中が逃げ出すなどと、それがしはいささかもしれなんだろうじゃ。主への召し踏みじゃ。大坂に戻り、大老評議に二心なき旨を改めて誓い宣言を受けようとの達してある。いろ。あの万人の持ってまいった大筒は、それがしがこれまで見てきた大筒とは物が違う。キリシタンが金玉を縮みながらせる代物や。
This guy's smiling. It's killing me. That's my boy. This guy is good, man. But I am not sensing a good ending for him.
何故じゃ。上善殿が大坂でその守備をお伝えくだされば、あまねく大名がお父上のお力に恐れいるはずでござる。
せいぜい恐れ入らせてもらおうか。
I'm so glad I did not visit Japan 300 years ago. If you go, they'll see your belly slit.
理不尽じゃがもはや万事休すじゃ。
手立てがあるやもしれません。
This guy looks tired. Is he okay?
Eat.
Has he not eaten? No, that's probably what the problem is.
This may be not for you.
What do you mean? Let me try some.
安仁様が納豆を召し上がるそうです。
Natto, no! Fermented soybeans. They're stretchy and slimy. I love it now, but when I first came here, I hated it.
安仁様が無礼を浴びたいと仰せでござりまする。
She accepts this gift as a gesture of my gratitude.
Exactly. There's a heart under there.
Those are the best guns a sailor can have, and I'll miss that one greatly.
I mean, is that a nice gift for a lady?
これをどうすれ
Yeah.
ばいい
What
の
could
よ。
I even do with this?
I'll teach you how to use them.
安仁様なりの優しさでござりましょう。
Are those her husband's
父の
swords?
形見でござりまする。
No, it's her father. Okay.
私は刀も持っておらぬお方の性質にはなれません。
I can't accept this.
何卒
Katachi no kojirimasu.
ござりますると申します。
お父上に文を送ってはいかがでございましょう。お指図はおいでが。
誰も彼もわしを見くびっておる。など身の藁の不詳の世界、未熟者に過ぎぬと。
I'd be careful in saying that to this guy.
お父上の許しがないので戦を始めるのがいかがかと。
父上も同じようなことを言うておった。自ら動くな。父上に文を送れてないぞ。わしに考えがある。
Unless Toranaga-sama has told his son to do all this. You never know. Checkmate. Don't get caught out there naked like that, man. Oh.
Sorry. Fuji-sama said you were off on a walk.
Oh, is that an onsen? Okay. Hot spring onsen. Love it. Okay, flashback.
I have not told you my family name, but it is well known in Japan. Many years ago, a great injustice stole everything from me. I have been unable to seek resolution for what happened, but recently Toranaka-sama offered me a way.
What sort of resolution?
What a scene. Just for that moment, it reminded me of Lawrence of Arabia when Lawrence is speaking with the prince in the tents and the wind blows through.
London. A city like Osaka?
It's crowded. Filthy. Plenty to do, though.
What would you do there? On a night like this?
Well, if you're with me, sit down for a stuffy dinner, and then to make up for it, I take us all to see a play.
Stuffy dinner.
You have plays here.
Yes. They're very popular.
I love them too.
And after that?
Suppose we go for a walk.
Yes. Sanpo suru.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, maybe it is these two. So yeah, I wonder what did happen to her and her family. But what a way to tease that and not to just give it fully away. I love that. That makes me want to keep watching the series. It's something how so much is said, especially in this culture, just underneath.
Very beautiful today. Rain.
E. But I couldn't really see in the darkness. I'm sorry to say. Okay, all right, okay.
You seem in good spirits.
As I should be.
The courtesan was acceptable then. Fuji-sama and I thought she would make a pleasing gift.
I don't understand. That was a very thoughtful gift.
I'm a little bit confused too. Like, did I not look at? Okay, well, if I didn't see what I thought I saw, or which is more likely, what I did see is not being said. You guys know what I'm saying. It's still like that today a lot when it comes to romance and I'm a missionary and, I hold to my walk with the Lord. But there have been times where I did not quite get that someone here was relaying their feelings towards me. For this exercise, bless the targets with perfect. Is he okay? What's going on?
What's happening?
I do not know.
Oh my God. Oh! What in the world are you doing? Oh my God.
Come on. むしろ父上に知っていただきたい。
Oh my God. There's no going back. You saw the other guy's face? He was so into it. It is, yeah. In memory of Larry. Oh, okay, Beckett. I'm sorry about that person, but man. Okay, this show is getting wild. It's getting wild. It's only episode 4. There's 10 episodes. It's getting wild, man. Have I said it already? It's getting wild. Oh my, wow. I did not, okay. Everything in this episode had been much more calm, serene, dealing with feelings of the heart, romance, peace, the ideology of peace and war and escaping the cycle of war. And it just lulled me into that, especially with the scene that just preceded this, of this, romance at night, not knowing who exactly it was. I think I know who it was, but and that totally just blindsided me. That totally took my eyes off what I should be remembering. What I should be staring at is that this is a show called Shogun. It's about warfare, Okay. And they brought that back at the end, man. But you know, like, once again, that's the whole, even from the intro, even from, you know, the Buddhist ideologies I've been sharing so far, that's the whole theme of the show, right? That we are in a cycle of destruction, right? This is what Buddhism teaches. The Bible teaches it as well, that the human race is cursed because of our original rebellion against the creator of the universe and all reality, who told us to trust him. Just trust me, and don't eat from this fruit, okay? I have to give you the choice so that it's an actual ordered reality, so that you have choices that bear fruit, whether it's good fruit or bad fruit. But if you want to live in a reality, you have to have those choices. But I'm telling you, as the one that just created you and created everything, don't eat from this. If you do, you will surely die. And so Buddhism comes at it from a different way, but the theme is still the same. And many world religions wrestle with this problem that's very real. It's universal, right? Human suffering. And that suffering stems from the darkness of the human heart. And Christianity teaches that. Buddhism teaches that. The way that it's dealt with is vastly different, of course. I'm a Christian. Christianity teaches that the human being themselves, because they themselves are fallen in their nature, in this fallen state, that there's nothing that you can do to win over this yourself or to escape it yourself. Only by trusting and believing in the answer, the solution that the creator of everything made in the first place, who made everything in the first place, he can provide the answer, which is in Christ. But in Buddhism, it is the meditation. Once again, it's up to you to meditate, right? It's an individual thing. Not everyone will be saved from this. That's one of the key differences from Christianity, is that Christ promises a new era for anyone who will believe, and then a new heaven and earth that will come down. God rejoined with his children, humanity, wiping away every tear. But in Buddhism, there is the escape from this cycle, is adapting that ideology to a personal sphere, right? She's talking about the Japanese mindset of erecting fences around yourself, protecting your true inner self, your emotional state, your dreams, all of that, which, you know, can be translated as the Hone and Tatemae, as I've talked about a lot, and is still prevalent in the country today. And so we see that during that talk in the onsen, that Blackthorn was able to get behind some of her fences, or rather she let them down and let him in which, you know, finally culminated in that scene. Okay. Still confused. But then once again, with this sudden attack, this action of Toranaga's son, we see the reminder that even though the Eightfold Fence is there to protect yourself and let those in that you feel comfortable with, you're still living in the world of fallen darkness, right? Very interesting. Yeah. So, yeah, very beautiful, poetic, heartfelt, introspective throughout the episode, and then sudden violence at the end. I was also really moved by Lady Mariko's and Anna Sawai's, the actress who portrays her, performance when she was speaking and thinking back to this unspeakable horror that happened to her and her family in the past. That was so well done. That really, really dug into me and put anchors in my heart, like really pulling me into her world. I really want to know what happened there. That felt very genuine. She's a good actress. I don't know. I've heard that she was in other things, but I've never seen her in anything until now. Well, guys, anyway, that's it. Episode 4 of Shogun Eightfold Fence. How did you like it? What was your favorite scene? Did you know who that was in the bedroom? Or and maybe I'm just an Oji-san, old man. It looked like Lady Mariko. If you liked my reaction, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Look, tell me what you think in the comments. I appreciate you, all of you. I'll see you next time on the sofa.